Well, again, as I was saying, call me not surprised. I think the media and a lot of pundits over assumed, how savvy of a politician Gavin Newsom is from California. Okay. It is so obvious and apparent he's not that good. He's not with the times. Now, if we go back to the eras of the 90s and 2000s, yeah, he was the type of Democrat that could win elections. Okay, because the times were different. And people liked back in the old days the old, polished, well spoken politician. But now we're in an era where people are tired of that. Okay. And this is where, we need to highlight this more because there are going to be other politicians, and we're starting to see it, that want to run for president that are going to pretend to be anti war. They're going to pretend to be for universal health care. They're going to pretend they're on the other side of the issue with Israel as they're taking pro Israel money, as they're taking war and defense contractor money. They're going to fake progressive. That's what they're going to do because they want to win the Democratic nomination in 2028 because they know the rest of us have woken up. So they're going to try to lie to us to get our vote. All right. And now you're starting to see Kamala Harris do it. All right. To her credit, though, she is a much savvier politician than Gavin Newsom. Now, I know a lot of people sitting there go, no, Gavin Newsom's stronger. No, he's not. He is actually going to be a weaker candidate than Kamala Harris. And I know a lot of people find that surprise for me to say that. It's fact. Matter of fact, I have a lot of doubts and issues about Kamala Harris, but I'll tell you what. She's at least catching on. She's getting it. So she's playing the game a little bit. And the reality is that's why she's climbing in the polls right now in the primary. But let's just be honest. She might run a better campaign next time. She might outflank everybody. We never know what's going to happen. And again, I don't rule anybody out for running for president again because, there's some people that lost as many as 3 times and eventually won. So, yeah, she's not the best of the best. She's definitely very much a politician. I would argue less of a retail politics aspect, though, less of a phony kind of politician. She's just very vague, and she's been more of a law enforcement politician. Elected official. So, the world of politicking, she didn't do very well at, as you see. The thing is, she doesn't play the game as well. As far as the game is lying and telling people what they want to hear. Because she don't have a solid ideology. You can see that. But with Newsom, his whole game is politicking. The problem is now people are waking up to it and they see through it and they don't like it. So, because he's so far behind the times, he's not catching up with what's going on right now. And he wants to get his head start running for president and take his money from all camps. So he knows how powerful the pro-Israel lobby is. He wants some of that money. You see what they're doing in Michigan right now. They're pushing misleading ads to get their candidate across the finish line, and right now it's looking like it's working. Because if the Abdul guy wins, Abdul Saeed, he is actually going to vote against their agenda. So obviously they want to show how much power they have and basically have the final word. So we're seeing that right now happen in some of these races. Okay. Well, Newsom's already looking and signaling and basically saying, I'm willing to take your money too. But just let me give these vague arguments and fake progressive so I can try to win over these voters. Okay. That's what this is. That's what's going on right now. Okay. And I want to highlight this right now ahead of time before people even start considering voting for presidential candidates in 2028. This matters because we need to steer the direction of the Democratic Party, and it needs to start now. So here's the thing. He is the status quo. He will not change anything. He's telling us every day when he comes out and talks. He's not going to change anything. Yeah, he's going to put up a good game fighting Trump. Wow. You know what? That's how he's getting support from the Democratic base, because he knows that the Democratic base gets very worked up over Trump. He plays the game of politics very well. When it's convenient for him, or if he's passionate about something. Obviously, he does not like Trump at all. Not a hard thing to go after Trump when you don't like him. So the thing is, and Trump's baiting him. He's baiting Trump right back. We see that. Trump is effectively using his Justice Department to go after Newsom right now. And in a lot of ways, that's elevating Newsom. But as far as leading for the change we need for this country, leading for the change that we need in direction for the Democratic Party, Newsom is not your guy. I'm just going to tell you right now. If he can't even get with the times of what's going on right now, then he's going to be status quo. He's going to continue support for Israel, just like Trump is doing right now in the GOP, just like Biden did, just like all the other Democrats, Republicans before Trump. Our money is funding war crimes. Our taxes are funding Israel to go to war with Iran, okay, that we are paying for and our people are dying for, okay. Israel is killing and shooting Gaza kids in the face and killing them, and we are paying for that. Our taxes are paying for that behavior. Our taxes are effectively paying for an apartheid. Okay. And you know what Israeli citizens get that we don't get as citizens? They get free healthcare and education. Yeah, we are taking care of Israel's citizens more than we are taking care of our own on American soil. That is what our taxpayer money is effectively doing right now. So this position actually matters a lot more than people realize. And if any politician stands here and BS's you to your face like this today in 2026, that is not a politician worthy of your vote and your support. Because they are telling you, they are gaslighting you to be okay with us continuing to fund our money to a country who's committing apartheid and promoting World War III all over the world, and our taxes pay for their citizens to get taken care of, but not you and your communities. Because those are the same politicians will tell you, we can't afford nice things, we can't afford universal health care, we can't do this, we can't do that, but we can afford to give money to Israel. Just remember that. Keep that in mind, you guys. Keep that in mind. All right, y'all. You have a great night. See you later. Goodbye.